Yana! Kamusta kayo dyan, mga kameta? Meron tayong podcast today, Project Pilipinas. So soon you're gonna hear the disembodied voice of my friend, Mark Gamboa. Ang pag-usapan po natin dito, yung mga bagong union ng mga vloggers since itong tao ay pasimula na aking vlogger life. Pag-usapan din natin ang bagong pelikula ni Daryl Yap yata, no? The Maid in the Malacanang or Maid in, I don't know, Palace, whatever. Pero hindi mo nakikita yung Maid. Puro nakikita mo lang mga hindi baby nung panahon ng martial law. Yan. Makikita natin lahat yan. Pag-usapan natin yung mga latest. Kamusta kayo dyan? First of all, let me say happy birthday to one of the greatest talents of our era, Lionel Messi, my man. Same age pala tayo, bro. You know, Messi. Messi in the house, yo! Messi! Yan! One of the favorites to win this year's World Cup. Good luck naman kay Lionel Messi, but of course, Cristiano Ronaldo, my man. My man. Wala lang sana yung mga babaero na mga kwento-kwento. Mas Cristiano Ronaldo tayo. Pero sige, both of them. Love na love ko kayo. Best of luck. So, happy birthday, Lionel Messi. Felicidades, mi amigo, Argentina. Let's go! Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Yan. So today, guys, live kami dito sa disembodied voice na maririnig nyo over the coming hour. Mag-usap kami ng 2 episodes katulad ng ginawa natin last time. So first episode, pag-usapan namin yung union ng vloggers na hindi kaming kasama. Or, you never know. Baka kasama ka na dyan, Mark? Doon sa union ng vloggers?
Hindi pa.
Ay, hindi pa daw! May pag-asa, may pag-asa. Gawa na tayo ng sarili natin union, Mark.
Oo.
Kasi sila na yung VIP.
United Vloggers and Influencers
Oo.
of the Philippines.
So, sila VIP. Tayo gawa tayo ng masa version. Mga United.
May isip ako na pwedeng pangalan.
Ano?
Di ba sila United Vloggers, Influencers? Tayo United Content Creators.
Ayan. Parang medyo legit, Medyo legit, Baka mataas natin dyan. Alright. So ito, may plano na kami ni Mark Gambo. Gagawa kami sarili namin union ng mga vloggers. Malay nyo, 2025, meron na kaming party list niyan. Baka naman. Pwede. Nako, andyan, baka mamaya sasali sila Banat Vibe, sasali sila, wala na. Yung iba, doon na sa kabila kila Sangkay dyan. Kaya, yun guys, so we'll start our recording soon. Pag-usapan namin again, once again, felicidades dun sa ating kaibigan na si Lionel Messi! Yan. Pag-usapan natin yan. Magpo-football vlogging na tayo soon, guys. Kaya don't worry, okay? So thank you sa mga nag-join sa atin today. Shortly, we'll start with first episode. Alam niyo naman, medyo may fake coming style na kunyari ibang day. So dun, mamaya palit kami ng damit. Hintayin lang kami, mabilisan lang. Hindi kami magla-live show dito, mga matitino kaming tao. Magpapalit ako. So ito yung first round natin. Pag-usapan natin mga onion. Alright, let's go Makinig lang kayo dito sa... Narinig niyo ba si Mark? Magsalita ka, Mark.
Hello.
Sabi mo, hello mga kameta.
Hello, Kameta.
Yan, narinig niyo si Mark? Yan, mga kameta. Ayan, good evening daw, Project Pilipinas, sabi ni Che Rosal. Yun, talagang... Alam mo ba, bro? Sige, pag-usapan natin sa ating, first episode. So, eto na, live na tayo. Ito yung backstory. Hindi ko ganun ang camera. Kasi baka makita nyo si Mark na napakagwapo, ma-distract kayo sa kanya. So, dito muna kayo Kailangan ko kayo for my own engagement. Next time na lang si Picasso isama ko. Yan. Para kompleto yung Project Pilipinas natin. Don't worry, by the way, guys. We're gonna interview other folks, right? Dali natin sila Xiao Chua ulit, sila Lelo, historians, no? Mark? Ano sa tingin mo? Let's bring in them. So, don't worry. Pero for the meantime... Totoo yan, yeah. Pero in the meantime kasi na-miss ko talaga to si Mark. At si Mark talagang vlogger par excellence. So I really need to ask him about things. Alright guys? Tapos mamaya kung may questions kayo dito live. Kaya habang nire-record namin Project Pilipinas, your questions and all will be feed into our discussions. Alright? Don't worry. Okay, let's go. Let's record. Alright. Ayan! Kamusta ka naman dyan, mga ka-Project Pilipinas. Yan.
Project Pilipinas, hello.
Eto na. Anong episode na tayo? Mag-40 na tayo. Tumanda na tayo. Mag-40 na tayo, bro. Tumatanda na tayo. Ano episode na tayo? Ayan na. Malapit na tayo mag-episode 40. Yan. So hopefully,
Malapit na tayo parang we are dalawang presidency na yung
I know, man. So siguro ito gagawin natin next week hopefully, and then we'll have experts and historians with us. Siguro Duterte legacy, right? Ano bang nakuha natin kay Tatay Digong, and what could be the transition for the next administration. For today, no, marami tayong pag-usapan, Mark, no. Ito yung buhay vlogger talaga eh. Ang daming mga content na pwedeng
mainit talaga ngayon.
Mainit
kasi
talaga.
Nagpapangayan.
Exactly, bro.
Demandahan.
Ayan, cyber libel pa yung iba. Nako po, yung
Tapos yung mainstream media all out.
I know, man. It's
ang
war.
feature dito sa mga vloggers talagang
Exactly.
era yung mangyayari in the coming weeks and months.
So dito sa naka 37, 38 episodes na tayo. Alright, so malapit na tayo mag-40, bro. Okay. Okay, ito So ang episode natin today, ito pag-usapan natin itong bagong union, no, na ginawa ng mga vloggers, guys, ng mga vloggers na ginawa. May pasang naalala ko lang diyan yung may VIP sila. Ano yung union? Yan, UVIP. Alright, ano bang UVIP ulit?
United Vloggers and Influencers of the
Ayan, yan. At ito ang most likely magkakaroon ng accreditation, or it's just some of the pro-Marcos people who are getting into this? Ano bang meron
I'm
dito?
not really sure kung UVIP, kung merong involvement yung company, yung group ni Secretary Trixie.
Right.
Pero I think ang goal nila is itaas yung ethics or yung
antas nila, no?
magkaroon yung antas, magkaroon ng code.
Right.
So I think
Code of conduct,
parang
no?
merong nagpupulis sa kanilang sariling mga membro.
Okay, before I'll give my own 2 cents, I want to hear from you more kasi between the two of us, you're the more legit vlogger. Ngayon, pati vlogger, may mga legit, hindi ganun ka-legit. So, ikaw mas legit ka sa akin as vlogger. I want to ask you, bro. First of all, did you catch a wind of the plans for that? Did you know something? May chismisan ba mga vloggers na magkaroon ng ganyan? And then, anong tingin mo dun sa composition ng group na yan? Is it too exclusive, too cliquish? Kasi I saw a number of people on the top, parang medyo si Coach ganyan, si Sangkay Janjan, mga ganyan. Pero sa baba, parang mga 1,000 lang yata followers ng iba. Like, ano yun? Parang, what's going on there? And can you tell me a little bit of the background and dun sa community ng mga legit vloggers na hindi ako kasama?
Hindi ako familiar dun sa eksaktong history nung sa organization mismo. Pero kasi nakita ko yan nung by the time na nagdeklara si Marcos last year, binubuo na yan nung mga top vloggers nila. 'Di ba binasa mo yung mga pangalan? Napanood mo?
Right. Yeah. 'Di ba na-breakdown natin each, but yung followers, numbers.
Si Sangkay Janjan, sila Coach Jared.
Right.
Sila yung dalawa sa...
At saka Vincent Tabige. Yeah, Vincent Tabige. Yeah.
May kukwento din ako dyan later. So, they started saying na they want to build an organization.
Right.
Para mas madaling makontak yung mga vloggers. Siguro for logistic reasons din.
I see.
Kasi may rally tayo sa Santa Rosa, may rally tayo sa So, mas madali. Tsaka, hindi naman kasi pwedeng papasok lang ng papasok kung iniisip din nila, di ba? Baka merong hindi din makapasok na hindi okay. So, they made a list na nung mga BBM vloggers for last elections. So, I guess, kinary over lang nila para it's their effort na para gawing mas professional, lagyan ng code, lagyan ng It doesn't mean na everyone will follow, pero at least
may effort.
Guidelines and rules na dapat i-follow ng mga membro nila.
So, have you been in communications with any of these people? So, we see Sangkay Janjan, Vincent Tabige, Coach Jared, Mark Ramos. Yeah.
Yun. Sangkay Janjan is a Facebook friend. Si Sangkay Janjan,
Why?
yung top dog dyan. Oo.
Million na yung followers
Mark
nito
Ramos
eh.
is a good friend. Is a kumpare. Yung Mark Ramos dyan, nakita mo yung Mark Ramos?
Yes, 100.
Yan.
Yeah, andito yung numbers 8 siya. Yeah.
Yan.
Yeah.
Kumpare ko yan. So,
7 pala, sorry. Yeah.
Yung anak niya is inaanak ko.
Yun, talagang, Mark, talagang
Kasi
network
pareho
ka.
kami ng magkaiba kami ng presidente, pero pareho kami ng party list. Nung last
Anong
election.
party list yung last election?
Yung one rider.
Yung sa motor ka na nagaganyan ka?
Oo.
Okay.
Yung nag-number 2 sa party list. So magkasama kami niyan.
Number 2 siya?
Yeah.
Oh my. Really? Ang taas. Wow.
Tulfo, then kami na.
Wow!
Right
Grabe naman. Ilan ang votes nun? Mga 4-5
The
million?
power of social media vlogging and vlogging.
Grabe.
Talagang,
Number 2 na pala kayo, yung party list nyo. Wow. Big
kaya
time.
nga, nung sa Pulse Asia, number 30, number 40, nung
Yeah, yeah.
action, number 2.
Parang na Robin Padilla, biglang out of nowhere, nag-top, di ba?
Oo, na may rider vote pala. Itong si Mark Ramos, ano yan, kaibigan ko yan, rider din yan. So, ayun. Tapos yung names na nandiyan, yung sila Vincent Tabige,
Yeah.
sila
Coach Jarrett,
hindi si Jarrett. Si
Mike
Esme
Cervera,
Si Esme.
Esme
Si
TV
kaibigan
Co,
din
yeah.
yan, Si
Mataas
Vincent,
din siya, number 3 siya sa list, yeah.
napanood mo yung video, yung documentary ng Rappler, yung kay Rambo?
Yun ang gusto kong panoorin, yung mga sinasabi na talagang sa sobrang yaman ng mga yan, sa sobrang kita nila, di na nila kailangan na, I mean, wala nang bayaran ngayon kasi ang laki ng kita, di ba? Parang something like that yung sinabi.
Doon.
Yeah.
Yung sa story doon sa Rappler kasi, maganda Yung sinundan niyang vlogger doon, hindi ko kakilala. Pero
Right.
he started as a Manila vlogger.
Aha.
Yung mga clearing operation sa Divisoria. He started as a Yorme supporter.
Yeah, so parang paras lang kayo, parang ganon. Medyo sabay kayo, di ba? Oo.
Yes.
Divisoria.
Tapos nag-Dolomite.
Correct.
Nag-Dolomite. Ako din. Tapos naghiwalay kami ng landas nung nag-Kalye survey na sila.
Na pro Marcos, tapos ikaw pro Isko ka di ba? Oo.
Oo. So doon na kami naghiwalay ng ano. So ganun din yung si Vincent Tabige, si Esme TV ko, kung di ako nagkakamali. Or kung di man pro Isko, pero Manila vlogger sila sa mga clearing, sa mga ano. So ganun yung kanilang naging direction. So kasabayan ko sila. Kasabayan ko
Yes.
silang umangat sa career. Kasi 2019 pa yung
Can we do more of that? So, Sangay Janjan has been there for a long time, right? Can you give can we just go the top 10 mga some of them at least na medyo may full name? Kasi ikaw yung parang nag-mapping I'm not gonna pretend to know. I mean, I only know Sangay Janjan a little bit and the others, but I want to know because
bago na, hindi ko nakilala.
okay,
Pero
can you give me some background about Sangay Janjan because he's the top dog here, right? Can you please give us a background, our viewers? Kasi I'm sure maraming hindi alam yung mga ganyan and these guys are forces to reckon with now. You cannot ignore them, right? So please give us a bit of education on that, my friend. Yeah.
Si Sangkay, he's my Facebook friend, pero we haven't met in person pa. Pero yun nga, according din sa report ng Rappler.
So John Anthony Jaboya. John Anthony Jaboya, yun ang pangalan niya.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a simple guy. Tapos goes to church, nagsiserve sa church nila. Tapos, yun, napasok sa vlogging.
Kailan?
Early on, I think 2017, 2018.
Aha, so
Basta
Duterte
basta
time
early
din.
on
Aha.
Tapos gagawa siya ng mga features about history, about ano. Tapos napapansin niya siguro na kapag Marcos-related topics yung nilalabas niya, mas maraming views.
Oo, mataas yung... So, it's really... Parang he was responding to the clamor, kumbaga. Hindi yung pumasok siya na pro-Marcos mismo. So, he was really interested.
I'm not sure kung if he was or kung... Siyempre, may levels yan.
Yeah, of course, may preference din.
Siyempre, di ba? Pero siyempre, I'm guessing the older people, yun talaga yung mga loyalista.
Correct.
Na from the 80s, di ba? So, yung mga younger ones, puro second-hand info na lang din ang nakukuha.
Correct.
So, which is, ganun naman talaga sa YouTube. Parang
So, Sangkay Janjan is really a YouTuber. So, talagang YouTuber mga to.
YouTuber talaga.
Oo, almost 1 million na yung subscribers ngayon. Pero hindi sila masyadong active, hindi siya active on Facebook or on, hindi masyado. Paras kayo, parang style mo. Parang talaga YouTube hardcore kayo. Ako baliktad Facebooker ako and then nag-YouTube parang backup.
Ngayon na, actually, mas Facebook na ako
So, bumalik ka. Oo.
Bumaliktad ako pero kasi, yung, ang major difference kasi dyan,
Right.
itong si Sangkay Janjan, tsaka si Coach Jarrett. Sa iba pa.
Can you also tell me about, sige, isa-isan ko lang, sorry.
Coach Jarrett, wala akong idea sa background niya, pero...
Bakit Coach Jarrett? Coach pa siya ng sports? Is he...
Wala akong idea talaga sa background niya. Pero, ang difference nung sa kanila, dun sa iba, si Coach Jarrett tsaka...
Jared Polido ang pangalan niya, yeah.
They're more of talagang political vloggers talaga.
Right.
Mga komentarista talaga.
Right.
Like me, like you.
Like Thinking Pinoy, mga ganon.
Thinking Pinoy,
exactly.
Pangbay.
Correct.
The others, yung mga iba,
Nakisakay na lang.
more on ano siguro wala akong maisip na ibang term, more on street na vloggers.
Right.
Kasi 'di ba
Classic YouTuber. Yeah, classic YouTuber, yeah. Classic style, 'di ba? Yeah.
Oh, basta sa labas outdoor yung iba is like si Jared, si Sangkay, I'm not sure kung sino pa dyan sa iba.
Si Vincent.
Parang sit down, uupo, magsasalita.
Si Vincent Tabige.
Vincent Tabige, ano din, sa labas din, sa kalsada din.
So these are the Kalye survey, these are Kalye vloggers. Let's call them Kalye vloggers.
Tapos yung mga rallies ni Marcos,
Right.
kino-cover nila.
Right.
So, hindi katulad nila
Coach Jared
na
komentarya talaga.
Oo, magla-live lang, mag-ano sa bahay.
Ano bang style ni Sangkay Jan? Is he like a...
lang din.
Paano, nagla-live lang siya? Banat by style? What style does he do? May production? May...
Hindi live. More on 10-minute videos.
10-minute videos. Tapos, sorry, I haven't watched him, so I just want to hear it. I'm sure marami tayong followers dito na wala rin idea sa mga taong ganito. But well, they're forced to reckon with on YouTube, so we have to know a little bit about them, right? Tuloy na, free advertisement pa sila. Kasi Maharlika, alam ko. Si Banat Bay, napanood ko na yan. Tapos yung ibang kaibigan natin, well, tinatroll ako, so kilala ko na sila. Pero ito mga to, I have no idea about them because I'm not that active on YouTube. And mayabang kami yung mga nasa Facebook or mainstream or Twitter, parang hindi namin pinapansin YouTube. Ikaw ang nagsabi sa akin, napakalaking bagay yan eh. Tuloy, meron na silang onion.
Si Maharlika, ganun din, sit down din, political din, pero siya yung mga tipong loyalista talaga.
Oo.
Diba?
Hardcore na talaga.
Hardcore na loyalista talaga na from kasi ang maano mo diyan, ang magkakaroon kasi last year, 'di ba, nagkakaroon ng parang rift sinasabi ko between BBM and yung mga DDS na loyal kay Digong at Bongo. So doon lumalabas kung sino talaga yung loyalista, sino talaga yung kay Digong, kay Bongo. So hanggang ngayon meron pa rin silang awayan.
And then sila Mocha Uson at Banat Bay pumunta sa inyo.
Mocha Uson, Banat Bay.
Pumunta sa inyo, 'di ba? Yeah.
Doon sa
Isco Camp.
Sa Isco Camp na mga diehard Digong talaga.
Oo.
Yun. So,
very
interesting. Yun yung before kasi ang maingay, 'di ba, sila Banat Bay.
Right.
Sila yung mga DDS.
Facebook kasi yun eh. So we just know more the Facebook
YouTube
people.
YouTube din naman si Banat.
Yeah, ngayon, nakilala ko lang si Banat Bay sa Facebook dahil dinidefend niya si Mocha nung nag-aaway-aaway kaming lahat. Pero nalaman ko pala, big time pala siya sa YouTube. Kasi pinitsepera ko lang siya sa Facebook. Sino yan? Parang ginawa, mayabang din kami, di ba? Yung pala, ano din siya, big boy din siya dito sa YouTube.
Malakas din yung influensya nitong si Banat Bay.
Correct. So ano itong mga biyahen ni Koi TV, mga ganon? Yung mga travel vlogger ba yung mga yan?
Yung iba kasi ganun travel vlogger, tapos mapupunta yung content kay Marcos, makikita, tumaas yung views.
Right.
Nag-full on Marcos na. So yung iba, di ko nakilala, puro mga bago na Ang dami na nila
Totoong tao ba itong mga to? Divine PH, I mean yung Papa Freaks TV? Are there like, or this real? I mean like, okay.
Oo naman.
So siguro what's gonna, yeah.
Yun yung point na na kung binabayaran or hindi, di ba?
Yeah, can you explain that to me? Kasi, sorry bro, again, I'm so sorry I'm cutting you. Kasi there's a misunderstanding na these YouTubers are bayaran lang, mga na-hit and take type, and yung mga parang worst types of journalist style. But actually, what we notice is that the engagement is so monetizable these days on certain platforms that these people don't even need to get money for. I got to know that because I was analyzing, for instance, yung sa China, maraming mga Western white bloggers who go to China and say good things about the Chinese government. Apparently, all they ask for is just the Chinese government to promote their videos on their platforms. The engagement alone is fine. They got money out of that, and so wala silang kumbaga sabit kasi wala naman kami nang ginawa, di ba? Okay, clean kami. Na-endorse lang nila. Ano na nila yon. So parang doon ko nalaman like, okay, so that's really the modus operandi nowadays. It's not like
analogy talaga.
Yeah, exactly.
Ganyan yung exact analogy talaga.
Which Rappler shows also in the report. Which the Rappler report was showing, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the same way na malaki yung Marcos audience sa YouTube, meron ding significant audience si Isko sa YouTube. Pero here's the thing, Richard. Here's the thing. Malaki din ang audience dapat ni Lenny sa YouTube. Pero
yes, exactly. Exactly. Bakit kaya?
Yun nga.
Although ngayon may mga bago na, di ba? Si Christian Esquer, active na siya. Kristan, yung mga ganon, di ba? At least yung mga...
Many of them si Kristan, para I think he's top na, si Nico David.
Hindi sila consistent.
Hindi, pero kasi merong after a while yung
Yeah.
stressful din yung inaatake.
Yeah.
So,
Parang yung immunity nila mababa.
Yun
Yeah.
It's like parang sa Twitter, imagine daily you get attacked sa Twitter naman, di ba?
You gave up, yeah. Parang ganun, yeah.
Parang you try, parang nag-iibang pero yun nga, pero ang laki, lucrative siya talaga
So, like, how much are these people earning? Like, yung mga top dogs nila, millions a month? Parang ganun?
Hindi naman.
500K, mga ganun.
Hindi, yung normal na lang yung normal na lang.
Sige, what's the average? Parang ganun.
Siguro parang call center. Sweldo ng nasa call center.
So, 50 to 100, ganun?
Mahirap pagsalita ng mga exact figure pero mga nasa ganun. Siguro
No, I mean, I just want our audience to understand na bakit ka naman maging bayaran kung okay naman ang sahod mo, di ba? Yun ang point ko I'm actually not trying, I'm doing the opposite of judging.
Pero mas mataas kaysa sa normal na trabaho.
So, it could be a career. Yeah.
It's better than a call center job. Ganun na lang.
Okay.
Yung mga normal na. Yung mga top dog, syempre ibang usapan na yan, ibang ano na yan.
Million na yan, oo.
I-correct ko lang din sa Rappler kasi nilagay nila doon sa report.
Yes, please, can you say, yeah.
May mali siyang nilagay doon Nilagay nila nakabase yung kita based on subscribers. Which is mali based on viewers. So, kung mas maraming viewers, mas malaki yung kikitain.
Engagement, Jenner, right? The higher views, yeah.
Commercials.
Exactly.
Diba?
So they don't even know that? They didn't even know that? I mean...
Hindi, the thing is nga, sinabi ko din nga sa vlog ko, meron kayong YouTube channel
Alam niyo dapat, how you monetize.
Alam niyo dapat.
Yeah.
Pilipin nyo magkano kita nyo, then
Or baka ang point nila, yung subscribers is a kind of a predictor of how many people will watch you anyway. Not necessarily, yeah, you're right.
Hindi, kasi
you're right.
Ako I'm 200,000 pero I'm sure mas malaki kita sa akin ng mga Marcos vloggers na maliliit kasi
engagement nila taas.
Ngayon, mainit sila.
Yeah.
So hindi talaga siya indicator.
Makes sense.
Or on yabang lang yung yabang lang yung number ng subscribers. Pero yun nga nakikita nila yung mainstream media, they have an idea how much kinikita sa YouTube
because they have their own channels. Yeah. Interesting. That's so how so the last time kasi we talked Mark, no, ang pinag-usapan natin yung kung kung ikaw isama ka doon sa Malacanang vloggers and all. What's the update on that?
Napapa-credit talaga ako. Wala pang news. Wala pang guidelines.
Wala pang guidelines.
Yung VIP, they are siguro nilalakad nila na sila lahat yung makapasok.
Sa lahat sila. Di ba wala ng space niyan? Ang dami niyan.
Hindi, ang dami nga nila
Ang dami nila. 30, 40. Paano na kayo makasya dyan? 40 na yata yan
So,
30.
I'm not really sure paano gagawin ng Malacanang dyan. Pero ako gusto ko. Kasi siguro sa akin, I want to din
Hindi ka naman rabid naman exactly, hindi ka naman rabid. So, I think most likely ikaw yung maging alternative na pang-balance
yun, sana. So,
sila, yung mga sila thinking Pinoy, yung mga ganun, hindi na nila kailangan, no? Kasi high access
na.
High access na sila Parang straight na sila to the president, diba? Parang ganun. Okay. So, meron na tayong parang layers, diba? Mga new up-and-coming, medyo big YouTubers na pwede na maging Malacanang. And then yung mga high access point, diretso na sa presidente. Bakit ka ba dadaan sa licensing?
Diba, remember, di ba si Banat Bay? Yung exclusive kay Pangulong Digong.
So, yeah, they're high access na sila.
Last year, no? So, may mga levels siya.
Ang tawag siguro dyan, scoopers, no? Scoopers, no? Nag-scoop na sila, diretsong kaagad dyan.
Direction
So, since, I mean, how has the vlogger scene evolved over the past 3 or 4 years since you have been active, and how do you think it's gonna look in the coming years? Kumbaga, in-interview na talaga kita dito kasi you're the expert between us. Is it okay? Sir, I want to push you on this because I really appreciate your knowledge on this. Sa basa mo, ano yung evolution ng vlogger sphere dito sa Pilipinas over the past 3 years? At sa tingin mo, saan papunta ito in the coming years under Marcos? Because, yes, Marcos is Marcos, but at the same time, parang si Marcos gusto rin niya may engagement with international media, etc. Medyo social din ng pa-social ng Marcoses, di ba? So, yes, we know what's going on, but still, di ba? Which is different from Tatay Digong, which is, di ba, may sarili siyang style, di ba? So, I don't know, how do you think this is going? Because my sense is, I've interviewed a number of his cabinet members already. I can see they appreciate engaging the mainstream media, right? Or let's just call them. So, mukhang traditionally oriented naman itong mga to. Hindi lang umaasa sa mga vloggers ka na, I won't be surprised Bongong Marcos himself would be like to be interviewed by yung mga nag-interview sa atin, mga Christian Amanpour, Fred Zachary, because he wants to show that he's a man of this world, he knows what he's saying, while keeping the bloggers and all, for sure, right? Because they bring something to the table. But I want to know your take as a vlogger. Where do you think this is going? Dapat ba And then once we discuss that, let's go to the media, mainstream media. Anong dapat gawin nila? I want you to advise them. I want it to come from you, all right? First, can you map to me the evolution, where it's going, and then let's go to advice mo sa mainstream media.
Sige. Kasi sa YouTube kasi, nag-e-evolve yung taste ng tao.
Aha.
We usually just follow. There was a time na yung clearing operations for a year ang tataas ng views.
What do you mean clearing up? Yung panglinis ng... Linis?
Yung sa
Divisoria.
Yung
Interesting.
mga bahay,
Interesting.
yung sidewalk, ganun. So there was a time na yun yung...
2019, obviously. 2019, no?
Before the pandemic, tama.
Right.
So pagkatapos nun yung sa Dolomite. Diba? Yun naman yung
Kasi mental health, mental happiness, diba? Kailangan natin.
Many Filipinos talaga hanggang ngayon they still watch. Tuwang-tuwa sila doon.
Pumunta ka ba sa Dolomite recently? Pumunta ka ba? Sabay tayo, sama ko. Magdo-Dolomite na ako, promise. Ito na talaga.
Yeah.
Ready na, beach body na ako. Pwede na ako mag-Dolomite. Sige din.
I was there doon sa opening ng Dolomite. Tapos,
And president ka ng Dolomite Society, something like that, right?
I made my own para sa television.
Walang
I got interviewed by mainstream media. Tapos, so iba-iba yung trend eh.
Yeah.
Tapos iba-iba yung uso. Tapos iba-iba yung tapos nauso yung ginagawa nila banat-bay, kay Janjan.
What do you think shapes the evolving taste of the people? Ito ba yung kanilang economic circumstances, major political events? Obviously, nung election time, ang init ng election-related content. Ngayon, parang hindi. Parang yung easily 20, 30K makuha ko nun. Ngayon, 2K lang, mahirapan ka na, di ba? So, obviously, nakikita mo the audience has moved forward. They want something else, di ba? Kaya sabi ko, siguro mag-ano na lang tayo, travel vlogger na.
Kasi nangyari, politicians, yung smart politicians have learned to weaponize itong mga vlogging na to, itong social media na to. Right. So, yun, I think, yung main difference. Yun yung hindi nagawa nila, hindi nagawa ng kampo ng...
opposition, yeah.
Na opposition. They have yung isang radio broadcaster, ang pangalan nun? Si Lapid, si Percy Lapid.
Yeah. Yung medyo palaban yan, di ba?
Palaban yun. He's pro Lenny.
Na malakas tumira si Percy Lapid, yeah.
Oo.
250 yata yung followers niya, no? Medyo mataas din siya, yeah.
So meron so merong market.
Meron nga, tama ka, meron.
Diba?
Percy Lapid,
Kasi ang difference sa kanya, hindi siya vlogger mag-isip eh.
Radyo talaga.
Radyo siya eh.
Yeah, right. Nakita ko, yung lola ko nakikinig ng isa. Sino to?
Yun. Yun yung thing, Richard eh. They all think like itong vlogging, yung ginagawa namin, parang bago, parang yung platform lang yung nagbago. Pero tingnan mo si Percy Lapid, he's an AM guy.
Yeah, it's classic. Yeah, yung boses pa lang niya, di ba?
Oo, nilipat mo lang yun sa YouTube.
Correct.
So that's also another option for mga radio commentators.
Right.
So ayun, tsaka sinusundan ko din yung trend sa US eh.
Right.
Yung kanilang mga political vloggers.
Ideological talaga. Medyo ideologically clear na. Pro-Bernie, pro-Trump, yeah.
Yun, may far-right, may progressive, merong centrist, merong...
Centrist, meron pa. Parang purong extreme lang. Konti lang, di ba? Kasi mostly centrist nila. Sa MSNBC, CNN, gano'n na. Parang walang paki yung mga yan, di ba? Yeah.
Nasa mga gano'n. Pero merong ilang vloggers ako.
Interesting.
So I mean, nakalatag na din lahat. Which tanggap na din nila na ikaw bias ka dito, ikaw bias ka doon. Tapos so I just follow that. Pero ito yung you're asking me ano yung future nun sa vloggers.
Yeah, where do you think it's going under Marcos? So let me phrase it. How do you see the vlogger sphere evolving or heading towards under Marcos Jr. presidency?
Ako irregardless kung Marcos Jr. o kung sino yung nanalo eh. Titignan ko na lang yung sa US eh. Yung mga vloggers na nagpa-podcast din and din, they are they are starting their own media companies. News media companies.
Tulfo
puro
style,
startup
yeah.
Sila. Yeah. Tapos they would get investors, tapos makikita mo meron na silang
Shapiro, 'di ba? Si
crew,
Shapiro, yun ang
reporters,
nagsimula.
meron
Si
ng
Shapiro, 'di ba? Si Shapiro. Si Shapiro, yeah.
It's a very good example.
Yeah, he's the first time I heard, yeah, they have company na talaga eh. Wow, big
Yeah, they
time.
have a company na. Tapos they hire other vloggers na dito ka sa company ka. And media company talaga siya. They produce content,
Yeah.
they distribution, they podcast. So, pero lahat yan naka-anchor doon sa kay Ben Shapiro kasi siya yung maraming fan.
Right.
Siya yung marami. Sa kabilang side, yung Young Turks.
Yes, of course.
Yun din,
Yeah.
di ba? So,
Full
company
production,
talaga.
yeah. Mm.
Mm.
Which is the Tulfo, what Tulfo are doing, right? May sarili na silang company, di ba? Tulfo.
Sino?
Tulfo, yung idol mo.
Yun. That's a very good example na
Yeah.
lumaki through online, The brothers lang. Iba yung kay Ben, iba
Right.
yung kay Rafi. Iba yung kay Erwin, they have their own media companies na.
Grabe, no?
Nakasentro around doon sa main character nila.
The brand, yeah.
Good. So, yun yung future talaga nung sa mga vloggers. Yung
Right.
mga nasa top tier. Diba? Eventually,
And
they would evolve to their own media companies then.
And so going back to that, and I think you already touched on that by discussing si Percy. Anyway, family ba ni Lapid yan? Sila, syempre, Pampanga rin nata siya eh. Baka related siya. But I mean, going back to this, so what is your advice to mainstream media folks? You know, including those who are doing quite well on mainstream media and have quite some following. Some of them have millions of followers, but they don't seem to be very active. No? Napansin ko marami dyan mga mainstream I'm not gonna name this, but millions of followers, but they're not very active online. Parang they just post some random updates about their latest project. Parang more like parang heads up lang. What do you think they should do? Do you think if they're already big anchors in TV, etc., they should be happy with that, or they should evolve and become something more aggressive online? Just in general, I mean, how radical is the change in the media landscape, not only vlogger sphere, that you think it requires a certain degree of readjustment on the part of the mainstream media personalities? The big ones first, and then we can talk about the more up-and-coming ones in the journalistic world. Mainstream.
Ang gandang question din. Pero kasi they are asking the same question sa mainstream media sa US eh.
Exactly, yeah.
Existential
Threat,
crisis din na nangyayari na how do we move forward? Yung best example, CNN, di ba?
Right.
Our ratings are falling. Natatalo tayo ng Fox News na merong mga magkokomentarista na masyadong leaning towards one camp.
Yeah.
Do we embrace that? Do we or so that's a big question then for pero either way they have to learn to coexist. Doon sa yun ang siguro pumupunta ko sa mainstream media sa local. Vloggers are not going away.
Right. Yeah, andyan na talaga sila. Yeah, andyan na talaga sila.
And tama naman yung ginagawa nila, nagpa-fact check, tama yon, gawin nila.
Sa journalists, yeah.
As journalists, pero yun nga vloggers are not going away eh. Kasi, free speech yan eh. Unless
libelous.
Libelous na eh.
Yeah.
So, ayun wala
or
namang
treasonous.
nagkakaso, wala namang
Yeah.
So, yun yung ko sa mainstream media. And the thing is to recognize eh. Kasi hindi nga nila alam eh. Diba? Tinanong ko si Rapper, ngayon pa lang niya nakikita.
That's my point. Parang they don't even know these people. Saan kay Jan, Coach Jarrett, yung mga ganun. Parang ngayon, like, I'm in talks, events, and I drop names, like, people don't react. So, it's like, oh, so you don't know these people, right? Parang ganun. Siyempre, kilala lang nila sila, Thinking Pinoy, yung mga usual suspects, diba? Pero itong mga to, hindi nila kilala eh. Kaya nga ikaw ang tinatanong ko eh. At di ba pina-interview din di ba nang-interview ka rin ng Washington Post, di ba, about this issue and all. Because exactly, you're the guy, I think you're the go-to guy.
Alam mo kung anong pinakagamit din namin ng mga political vloggers, maski sa US, alam mo kung anong pinakagamit, why people watch us?
Sige lang bro, go.
One good reason din many people mahilig makipag-away sa comment section.
Bardagulan,
yeah. Sa US,
gusto ng tao yan.
Bardagulan.
Yeah.
Diba? They like to troll sa social media. Sa US, ganun yung meaning ng trolling eh. Pero, yung vloggers, kami ang nag-reinforce sa kanila. Nang sasabihin nila. For example,
So, confrontational ang approach. Confrontational.
No, yung info. Example.
Okay. Sige, go. Example.
For example, 'di ba? Kunyari, sabihin nila, si Marcos naman may ganitong issue kunyari sa Coco Levy, ganun.
Right.
Kung ako yung BBM fan, anong isasagot ko sa iyo pag ganun yung inano mo sa comment section ko? Doon ko nalalaman sa mga pinapanood ko. So,
parang you give them ammunition. You give them yeah, exactly. You give them yung panglaban ng argumento.
Yung panglaban.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Sila na yung makikipag-away sa comment
Correct.
section.
So parang you give weapons training to your army to go and after side. Yeah. Kaya para yung mga trolls, ang daming alam dun sa mga Hacienda Luisita, sa mga gano'n. Yung pala, kasi parang finifeed na sila ng information ng vloggers nila, tapos they come here and then war anyone who's against their side, right? Parang ganun, yeah.
Parang kasi dahil sa pag-uusapan na araw-araw, napipili kung ano yung best counter argument. Kasi ang nangyayari ngayon, walang issue na hindi mo pwedeng mahanapan ng lusot eh. 'Di ba?
Exactly.
'Di ba?
May sabit lahat, may sabit. Yeah.
Oo may counter argument lahat eh. So, yun yung nangyayari talaga. The thing is, ang problema sa kampo ng oposisyon, they're not in the game.
They left the battlefield to the enemy.
Doon sa YouTube,
Yeah.
sa iba meron, sa Facebook, sa ano. Pero sa YouTube, wala. Anong mangyayari doon?
So, let me ask you, bro, as a vlogger, as a political vlogger with the heart, okay? Just to emphasize that, otherwise hindi kita kausapin, hindi tayo magti-team up yan. Kasi ako naman, with the heart din ako. How do you think we should best fight disinformation in this era of vloggers and all? And at the same time, kasi the incentives are so good to be vlogger, di ba? You don't need any training, forget about journalism, tapos kung nakikisakay ka lang sa mga latest trending, sinong uso, bandwagon, you get a lot of engagement, tapos kung medyo pogi ka, yan, may Malacanang access ka na, next thing you know, you can even interview the president, forget about all those stuff. Like, the incentive is so good, not to mention, in YouTube and all, some can earn a lot monetizable, even though they may not have as many subscribers. So, parang hirap yan kasi the economics is so good for these people, right? So how do you fight against that? Lalo na ngayon lahat nag-draw down na mainstream media, walang ubus pera lahat Lahat ng mainstream media either na-shutdown or nag-draw down or rationalize, etc. I mean, do you foresee a future when wala nang mainstream media, puro na lang vlogger tayong lahat? Hindi naman.
May role ang mainstream media to play
Right.
When you say you fight, you mean yung parang for the opposition, kunyari, parang yung nasa kampo na...
Hindi lang naman opposition. I mean, marami naman sa media. Ayaw naman kay Lenny, pero ayaw rin sa vloggers, for instance, right? Naiirita lang sila. Hindi naman ako opposition, pero ano naman mga vloggers na...
Like what I said kanina, Richard, sa may message sa mainstream media, huwag kayong umasa na mawawala yung vloggers. They are here to stay. If you want to counter yung message ng isang vlogger na hindi nyo gusto, you have to have your own vloggers na mas maingay, mas entertaining.
Right.
Kasi at the end of the day, it's still entertainment.
Tsaka yung pasok sa puso nila, yung parang ma-relate nila,
People will watch kung saan sila nag-enjoy. Di ba? Hindi sila manonood gabi-gabi kay Banat Bay if they don't enjoy watching Banat Bay. Nakakatawa naman kasi talaga panoorin.
Oy, talagang fanboy.
Matatawa ka.
Fanboy talaga.
May halong comedy, may halong...
Ako funny rin ako, bro. Funny rin naman ako.
Kaya you have a lot of viewers.
I know what you're saying,
So you have to be louder. You have to be more entertaining.
And engaging,
Saka end of the day, it all comes down to elections naman Di ba? Pwede kang mag-away ng 6 na taon with sa mga kampo-kampo ng vloggers. At the end of the day, isa lang mananalo after 6 years. Yun lang ang for the who did a better job. Kasi paano mo susukatin, di ba?
Right.
Mahirap namang sukatin din yung kung sino yung tama, sino.
Right.
At the end of the day, elections pa rin yung magde-decide.
Right. I have one more question to you, bro, before we close this episode, because we have another episode to discuss yung pelikula. na sa mga Marcos, I think that's not kay Daryl Yap, and we'll discuss more. And then also in cabinet niya, self-appointment niya sa DAR. So, Department of Agriculture, sorry, we'll discuss it. But before ending on this point, I don't know, I mean, ikaw, is there something that you want to ask? Is there something that you want to explore? I mean, there's a lot of interesting things that we can discuss on this vlogger and all of that. May sasabihin sana ako biglang tumakas na sa akin.
May gusto kong mensahe sa mga ano.
Yes, please go. Go give your message.
Who sided with Lenny last elections. Ang mensahe ko sa kakampings, suportahan nyo yung mga kasama nyo na kinakasuhan ng cyber libel ngayon. Kasi yung mga vloggers ng BBM, they filed different cyber libel cases against kakampings na inaatake sila.
Right.
So sa akin, yun, suportahan nila kasi ang pangit naman, di ba? Parang wag nilang iwan sa ere.
Right. Not to mention, pwede mag-crowdfunding, di ba? Pwede rin crowdfunding, yung iba.
Yeah, I mean maraming legal, maraming lawyers for Lenny.
Yeah. Pwede tumulong,
Diba? Kasi kung hindi, that would just lead to censorship hanggang ma-censor na lahat ng anything na ano, diba? So, sa akin, supportahan nyo naman nila yung mga like si Chari Villa, diba?
Right.
She's being ang daming kaso because she shared list of names na she said were fake news peddlers, ganun.
Nakita ko yun. Yeah.
Yun. So, support people like that. Kasi wag puro makikipag-away sa Twitter, makikipag-away sa ganun.
Solidarity.
Diba? I mean, matapang pag sa Twitter, pero pag may demandahan na, ikaw na bahala, support nyo din yung ano. Yun yung una. Tapos pangalawa din siguro, stop attacking people like Richard. Like ikaw and yung like si Vico Soto.
Alright, yeah. Like if you give a contrarian view na parang medyo, I know get what you're saying. Yeah.
Hindi, kung meron kayong hindi na, di ba? At least kayo, you're not attacking them, di ba? Mag-focus sila ng attention nila to the people who are actually attacking them.
Yeah.
Hindi yung, di ba? Hindi yung mga nasa gitna, hindi yung mga nasa ano. Kasi parang merong
makinig kayo wag niyo akong atakin porkit may pakabait kayo sa akin. Mabait din kayo sa kanya, kay Mark. Mabait yan.
I mean, walang masamang punahin if you don't. Kasi, pero alam mo naman yung what I mean.
Grabe naman kasi. Yeah, lalo sa Twitter, di ba? Wild dun
Oo I mean, yung energy and yung ano, can be used somewhere else.
Right.
Diba? Para...
Bro, do you think that parang baka kapalan ng mukha to na one side, mas maraming kapal moks kumpara sa ibang side. Kasi minsan, parang, I don't know, daming whiny Parang, hirap ganyan. Pero yung iba kasi, parang, it looks like the vlogger world is dun, pag makapal ang mukha mo, you can thrive there. Right? Parang, hindi ba ganon? Or, like ikaw, parang, how do you keep yourself coping with the stress? Parang, paano mo make sure na hindi ka ma-intimidate out of the picture?
It's different for each one
Yes.
Yung napapabigatan ng dibdib.
Kasi kung pro-Lenny kang hirap ngayon, bro. Bugbog ka talaga
Nakikipagbardagulan na din naman sa Facebook. Nakikipagbardagulan na din naman sa Twitter. Ililipat mo lang sa video format. It's the same thing then.
Right.
It's not like na they're not interested in and they are already nakikipag-away na sila sa ibang platform It's just moving towards video. And you don't even need, hindi nyo kailangan ng kahit anong, you just need a phone, a mic, yun lang.
Right. Bro,
so
check natin kung may mga questions mga friends natin dito sa'yo, bro. Let's do a quick run of the questions to make this more interactive and interesting before we close this episode and move to the next one on the Maid in Malacanang or something. Guys, may question ba kayo kay Mark? Kasi si Mark ang go-to guy ko in terms of updates dyan sa mga latest na I mean, you can check also Mark yourself dun sa page natin if may mga questions sila. So yung iba naman, we will never attack Vico. He's a Star Wars Episode 4 and New Hope. Sabi ni Mitch Tengcho. Yan. Kudus daw to Models of Manila. Sabi ni Jojo Polly. Yan. Pakita naman si Mark. Mamaya na, mayroong i-edit pa namin. Makikita niyo yung kagwapuan niya. Relax lang kayo. Ito yung backstage, kumbaga. Off-stage version natin yan. We support naman daw yung iba. Ayan. Ano sabi ng isa? Magaling lang kasi sa comment. Di ba yung mga... Di, mukhang marami naman nag-agree sa'yo, Mark. Eh.
Pero may tanong ako.
Shoutout daw sa'yo.
Ay, shoutout. Sino?
Yung mga tao sa'yo, shoutout daw sa Models of Manila.
May tanong ako, nung mga kakamping rallies, wala kayong mga, wala silang mga, parang katulad nung nakikita sa amin or kay PBM na may mga na ganon, mga
flags?
dala-dalang phone, nagpa-vlog. Wala ba?
Hindi, dumalo din naman ako sa may mga, I think, dalawang mga pink rallies and all, just to observe.
Parang merong mga nakagimba.
Yeah, pero hindi ko alam. Parang hindi. At saka, alam mo, nahirapan ako mag-vlog doon kasi parang yung signal, di ba, binablock yung signal? Ang hirap kaya. Yeah, binablock for security reasons. Exactly. Or mga nakaano dan, yung mga mga license lang, siguro mga Rappler, mga Inquirer, ganun. So, hindi ako nahihirapan ako mag-vlog doon at all, bro. Parang nasa gilid-gilid lang ako. Talking
pero yun nga sa akin din kasi yung vlog pampadagdag na lang ng yung vlog ng elections pandagdag na lang ng ingay pero lahat ng mga epekto ng vloggers has been made years ago.
Yeah. Kumbaga,
maraming Maka Marcos na before pa na gano'n.
Right. So, pero for future fights, dapat ngayon pa lang may ginagawa yung opposition. Alright bro, maraming salamat. May mga tanong pa ako dyan. Actually, naalala ko yung isang malaking tanong. Pero gawin na natin yan sa mga susunod na episode na yan. Thank you very much, Mark, and thank you very much sa mga Project Pilipinas supporters and followers natin. Please continue to support us, follow us on different platforms, YouTube, Spotify, among others. Ito na, malapit na tayo mag-40. Magmi-middle age crisis na tayo. 40 episode. Alright? Okay, thank you very much, Mark. I'll catch up with you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Ingat. Salamat. Ayan, sige. Cut natin. Ay, mag-change damit tayo. Naka-on pa yung live ko. Nakikinig itong mga chismos. Maraming maritas dito. Huwag ka muna magpalit lang muna kami. Kunyari, ibang episode. Tayo lang. Ayan tayo. Second. Kunyari, ibang episode. Low budget nga diba? Yung konti lang actors, konti lang
Hello.
Hello.
Mag-take over nung
Ayan na tayo. Ayan na, kamusta kayo dyan, guys? Meron tayong second version. Pag-usapan natin ng... Medyo pag-usapan naman natin dyan ang Malacanang movies. Maid in Malacanang. Okay. Play na natin. Go. Okay. Yan! Kamusta mga kaibigan natin dyan? Wow, nag-Zelensky style ka. Dapat sinabi mo sa akin, di sana nag-ano rin ako, di ba? Military to military tayo. Alright. You know what? Wait lang. Sige, change costume ako. 1 second. Kayahin kita. Palitan ko nga. Naka-military tong walang yan to eh. Balikan ko. 1 second.
Sige. Ako muna mag-sa-vlog. Ayan, namalis ka. May mga gusto kayong itanong about kay Richard. Booking natin.
Wait lang bro. Narinig ka ng tao.
Ito ba yung live niya? Teka lang. Parang hindi ko Ito, live. Ayan. Baka meron kayong gusto itanong kay Richard. Sagutin ko.
Wait. 1 second. Ayan. Navy naman tayo dyan. Ikaw naman, Marines. Yan
Baka may gusto ka. Ayun.
Yan Wait lang, tanggalin ko itong hindi bagay.
Navy naman tayo dyan.
Pinapalan mo, bro. Talagang Buhay vlogger talaga. Ayan, pwede na tayo, bro. Okay na.
Military.
Ayan.
Ay, hindi kasi bakit parang sa di ba kasi yung mga sundalo
Correct.
yung doon sa mga huling araw.
Ayan tayo, guys.
O, yun,
Game.
Fabian Ver, gano'n ba?
Badagulan na tong episode na to, alright? Let's go. Alright, okay. Good.
Pero
Yan.
yung suot ko, hindi to military, date to Pero
Oo nga.
parang military
Hindi, fatigue dito, bro
mukhang fatigue pa rin.
Oo, bro.
Camouflage.
Camouflage talaga yan, bro. Parang bagay mo naman. Parang pwede naman. May future ka.
Kasi paborito ko to sa date.
Looks good, man. Looks good. Alright, let's go. Alright, andyan na kayo. Sorry, nainggit ako kay Mark kaya nagpalit ako ng costume ko. Kaya yan, hindi na ako magtago. Kamusta kayo dyan, guys? Ito yung mga latest episode natin dito sa Project Pilipinas. Pag-usapan natin yung bagong pelikula na lalabas ukol sa mga...
Kaya tayo naka-camouflage kasi...
we need to protect. We need to protect our royal family. Yan. Okay. Alright. So before pag-usapan itong movie ni... Pangalan niya? Daryl Yap pa yung pangalan niya?
Daryl Yap.
Akala, parang Yap, parang naalala ko yung si James Yap yung parang basketball player. Oh, ito guys, ito yung movie nila. Bakit yung likod niya parang umiba dun sa painting nila? Diba yung painting nila parang more sunny, ito more stormy. Okay, Maid in Malacanang po ang title. But before we go there, I want to ask you a question actually that came up in some of our earlier discussions. One of the things that you touched on, and of course I have to follow it also is, now, nanalo si Marcos, nanalo rin si Sarah. But, sabi nga ni Amy, dun sa inauguration ni Sarah, na allies sila forever. At the same time, of course, if there's anything that history teaches us is that there are no permanent friends or permanent enemies. In fact, I would say there are also no permanent interests. You know, umiiba rin ang interest mo di ba? Katulad sa YouTube, umiiba ng interest ng tao. So yung sinasabi ng permanent allies, I'm sure is a way of parang allies forever ni Amy. I mean, Amy is trying, I think, to reassure the Marcoses na we're grateful, na nanalo kami, etc. But, I don't know. I mean, we saw already in the election period, there were tensions, no? So we saw Banat Bay and Mocha supporting your preferred candidate, si Isko, rather than the other side. Parang si Banat Bay pa nga yung medyo malakas yung attack kay BBM ngayon, di ba? Yun ang narinig ko sa mga... Exactly.
Tapos, recently, inaatake ng mga ibang loyalista si Robin Padilla.
Oh, interesting. Yes, and then parang may sinabi si Robin Padilla, thanks to my mom, kasi nanonood siya ng mga vloggers. Sabi niya, si Robin Padilla na parang nagte-thank you siya kay Inday Sara a lot because I think she's a big factor. Even kay Chris Aquino, apparently. Pero parang initsipero daw siya ng, alam mo na, di ba? Parang hindi siya masyadong inano dun sa slate ni...
He's the Marcos loyalist, pero hindi niya yata masyadong na pasalamatan si Bongbong doon sa listahan ng sinulat niya.
So, na-hurt.
Hindi naman talaga siya,
hardcore loyalist.
Hindi naman sa official na unity niya. Pero he was a guest candidate. So, salamatan naman niya yung mga Marcos loyalists. So, parang yun na din lahat.
So, I mean,
pero binibigyan lang ng issue ng iba.
Right. Now, obviously...
Pero the battle lights are starting to be drawn
Exactly. Hindi na nakuha yung Department of National Defense, di ba? Speaking of which, right? Like, ilan beses nang sinabi ni Marcos na, okay ako, pwede ko ibigay. Last year pa natin pinag-usapan yan. Sarah's camp, early on said, spokesman niya, clearly, we want the Department of National Defense. And then biglang DepEd Secretary siya. Now, in fairness to Sarah, Vice President Sara Duterte, she said, or Vice President-elect still, I mean, she said that, don't make an issue out of this, unity. But I could sense that some of the followers are not happy with the situation, right? Nakita natin yung Mayor Rodrigo Rua.
Another one is yung kay Gloria Arroyo.
Napunta kay Martin Romualdez. Exactly.
Napunta kay Romualdez.
And then, Cynthia Villar din niya nakuha yung Senate President, napunta kay Mick Zubiri, na malapit kay Marcos, diba?
Yes.
So,
pero sa Senate naman, pero yun nga, ganun. Diba, tinan mo si Gloria Arroyo, kanino siya nagsumpa, kanino siya vote-taking.
Right.
Kay President Digong.
Right. And yan, yes.
Papapaisip ka tuloy, meron bang simbolismo yun? Meron bang, diba,
everything is calculated, right? With certain people. I'm not gonna say that's the case here, but I think everything is very symbolic. And the fact that the Marcoses went to Davao, attended the inauguration and all, yung facial expression ni Tatay Digong, I think everything matters, right? I mean, people were analyzing everything because I think it matters. I think a lot of it is going on there. Because power is a power, right? And kasi ganito yun, bro. And please, I want to get your reaction and also want to get your analysis of the discussion ngayon sa YouTube, sa online about this. Because, I mean, a week ago or so, parang may interview sa TV5 or something. And I said, like, if Sara ran, it would have been a completely different picture, right? Who knows? Maybe Isko would won. Maybe Bongbong would have dropped out. Pero, so parang point ko is, Sara was very crucial to Marcos' victory. And I heard some people from my hometown in the north and all, parang na-hurt daw sila, na, what are you trying to say? So, ito interesting, bro. I have the screenshot of it. So, I went on Facebook. There are all of these memes of me. At medyo magandang pagkagawa, no? Na medyo may coat, ganun. Ayos, That's the quote was just a splice, no? Which is, parang without Sara Duterte, there would be, like, no blah, 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 right? So, obviously, I can guess which camp made that. But I got a lot of bashing from you can guess which other camp. So, from my own little experience palang of getting caught in between, by just pointing out that Sara was very crucial to Marcos' victory, I don't know, it seems there are some things going on there, right? Or potentially there could be fault lines down the road, right? So, dun sa online, ano nangyari? Meron na ba? Meron bang mga usapan?
Meron na eh. Meron ng isang fault line na itawag na lang natin sa pangalan na ICC.
Eto tayo eh. I'm not sure it's a fault line. I think it's more of a lish, right? Like, ano daw? Tawagin natin yung ano daw? Yeah.
Ito. This is what I always say.
ABS-CBN 2, I think could be a fault line, right?
Oh,
Leila de Lima 2 could be an issue where they could have divisions, right?
Pero kasi that's Digong's personal lang eh. I mean, parang sarili. And of course, dun sa... Pero...
Sige, balikan natin to. So, ICC, ABS-CBN, whatever.
Yung si Sara, I think her personal relationship with the Marcos siblings is very good.
Aimee, especially, yeah.
Aimee and
Irene,
kapatid,
yeah.
I think they're really strong eh. Yung kanilang
Bond.
dissolves lahat. Kaso, syempre, ang daming ibang factor dyan. Si Digong, and si Gloria, si Bongo, si Villar, and yung mga loyalista ng mga Marcos, who gets this, who gets that.
Right. Spoils of war.
Boys,
Spoils war. Yeah. Davao boys also, right?
So, yun
yeah.
eh. So dun nang, we just have to see kung anong ano. And, syempre, ang question pa rin is the road to 2028, this early.
Right.
Yun ang ano, kasi kung ako tatanungin mo ngayon, parang parang it would be hard na na to find anyone na pwedeng bumangga kay Sara by 2028. Kung ngayon mo titignan, syempre that's
but things can change a lot in every year, right? Exactly,
diba?
yeah.
Totoo yun. So yun ang kailangan tignan or issue dyan sa
Dyan sa online, bro, may nakikita ka bang fireworks? Some back and forth on showing potential fault lines or where this could get down the road? Kasi, ito bro, balik, 1 second Remember si Tulfo when he said something on ABS, medyo nabash siya, di ba? Na parang medyo... I remember Aimee Marcos also saying a few months ago that open-minded sila. Literally, she said, we're open-minded on the ABS-CBN issue. I'm not sure she got bashed for that, but clearly the Marcoses may want to have a different engagement with the media. They don't want to do it the Tata. Kasi wala namang issue sila sa ABS-CBN in the ways that President Duterte had. So maybe sa kanya, medyo mas okay yung franchise, ibabalik. Tapos yung mga frequency na ibigay, they can turn back some of them based on the Competition Commission criticism na hindi dumaan ito sa proper bidding. My point is, there's a way for the Marcoses na lalabas na mabango internationally by revisiting at least yung mga nangyari sa ABS-CBN franchise. And I mean, their allies are in charge anyway dun sa Congress and all of that. And then also, you show De Lima also.
Yun ang magandang, napunto mo Richard yun ang magandang question dyan eh. How will the Marcos, will they double down yung mga ginawa ni Digong,
yeah.
Na or would they want kasi sa Filipinos majority, 'di ba? Kaya nga nanalo ng eleksyon na convert na nila eh. Pero sa international, 'di ba? Talagang hindi, talagang ang pangit pa din. Would there be a move from them na ligawan yung international?
Exactly. Which I think they'll try to do, right? I mean, all these talks with American I think Marcoses want to have it both ways, right? They want to have the cake and eat it too. And if
di ba yung mga ibang mga far right na leaders, di ba they don't care eh.
But Marcos is not that way, right? If you look at Bongbong Marcos, he likes
ano.
he likes being respected from people around the world. He met already 3 U.S. officials. Talk. Biden first one to call him, then Wendy Sherman, and you can see it, hindi siya pro-China in the way that President Duterte was, hindi siya anti-Western. He met ambassadors from the West, from Korea ahead of China, di ba? India even ahead of China. So, you may say the Marcos brand is right-wing populism, but Bongbong Marcos himself, I don't know, I think they like affirmation, they want to go to the White House. I won't be surprised next year nasa White House na yan si Bongbong Marcos.
And syempre, yung influence din naman coming from Lisa, di ba? Yung sa kanyang asawa na...
Right.
Na
I'm so New York.
Diba?
I'm so New York, right? Exactly.
Oo, yun nga. So yun ang interesting to Will he go the path ng mga macho man?
Hindi I just don't see him like that. No.
Hindi, no?
6 days pa lang nasa Melbourne na, di ba? I mean, look at it. They went Australia right away for their vacation. What does it say? They love, they're comfortable in the West. Nag-aaral siya sa Oxford and Wharton. Ibang usapan kung nag-graduate siya. Yung mga anak niya, nag-aaral din sa England, sa Australia. I'm so New York, di ba? Nag-Masters of Law sa NYU, right? So, I just see them so different from Duterte. So, completely a different ballgame, right? So, I think the Marcoses would want to split the difference. Give something to their loyal base, give something to the international community, and hope that it will just be enough to keep them in power. My sense is that's their strategy. Now, whether it will work or not, how exactly they're gonna, salami slicing will be strategy. Slice it here, slice it there, give it here, give it there. Yeah.
Very good. Yun din ang talaga nako-curious ako.
Yeah.
Kasi nasanay tayo 6 years kay Duterte.
Right.
Tayo, di ba? Na parang Erdogan, tsaka
Modi,
Brazil,
Bolsonaro, exactly.
Bolsonaro,
Right.
Duterte, Putin, nasanay tayo sa ganung style ng Yun nga, it would be refreshing if Bongbong could be more, yun nga, do you think Bongbong would try to go parang, like sa France or sa...
Macron? Nah, it's too late. I mean, may reputation ng Marcos is it's not gonna work that way. I think he'll try to find something. No, I mean, he could be a better version of Megawati or Park Geun-hye, yung daughter ng mga dating diktador na naging presidente sa mga kapitbahay natin. He's not the first. Park Geun-hye, daughter of Park Chung-hee, became president of Korea, but she kind of messed it up. Megawati, daughter of Sukarno, became the president. Maybe he can be a better version of those anak ng dating strongman. I think he can create a new brand there if he gets things together. His cabinet is interesting. I mean, you can criticize some, but there are also very interesting people inside there, very good technocrats. You have strong personalities. Professor Carlos is going to be there, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the thing with Marcos is he doesn't seem to be intimidated by very smart and accomplished people and strong personality around him. Very chill siya, di ba? Which is interesting because there are many leaders who are insecure. They don't want to have smarter people around them or more strong. Gusto nila sila lang top gun, di ba? Mukhang ito si Bongbong Marcos, chill siya Like, okay, so what? Purong abogado na accomplished, purong mga professor na accomplished. I don't know. That might actually work in his favor. That might actually make him a more effective president, right? By the way, what do you think about his decision to take over Department of Agriculture? I mean, what reaction do you see online? Is it mostly positive, right? Parang ganon?
Yeah. Except
mostly positive siya, no?
Usual na parati nag-oppose, pero...
Yeah, parang mostly positive. Exactly, right? Yun hindi nga napansin ko nga
I like it kasi kahit yung symbolismo lang
Yeah.
And parang sinasabi niya, I'm responsible.
Yeah.
So sumablay tayo sa agriculture.
Yeah.
Put that on me.
I'll own it.
So,
yeah.
Doon pa lang,
Interesting.
Yung sinasabi nila, if, tawag dito, yung mga cartel, yung mga...
Yeah, mga rice importers, yung mga middleman na predatory, ibang klase din yun.
Yung mga sindikato.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see kung how we will stand up.
Yeah, yung political will din na kailangan dyan. Yeah. So I think para sa reading natin dyan. Yeah. Now, you were saying, please.
Yeah, ako is positive ako doon nga dahil because of the reason I said. Pero syempre, there are worries din na parati mong ibinabangga doon sa tatay niya na like sa tatay niya, di ba yung nasabi ko yung Coco Levy.
The levy fund,
yung sugar sa Negros.
Yeah.
Diba? Yung naging mga problema na gano'n na napapaguran yung mga
cronies.
Mga negosyante,
cronies,
mga cronies.
Yeah.
So, syempre, meron ganung worry. Pero, syempre, ibang tao naman yan. Pero, there's, at the back of your head, nagawa na nila Nagawa na before So, you're just hoping na hindi na
Maulit,
yung mga
yeah.
yung mga ganong negative this time around. Diba?
Ako, basa ko, Mark, ganito na, when President Duterte won, with relatively good mandate and then high approval rating suddenly later on, focus talaga na drug war. Obviously, yung first 6 months, talagang yun eh. For me, I'd rather have a president who focuses dun sa issue ng sikmura at hindi niya exaggerate yung issue ng criminality. I mean, you can still have the war against drugs in a good way, but at the same time, sikmura talaga, talagang number one issue. Mahal ng bilhin ngayon, bro. Tayo na nga, aminatod tayo, middle class tayo, di ba? But we're really feeling it. Yung, bakit biglang ganun yung menu, umiba? Or, mag-order ka ng pizza, yung meat parang konti na bigla eh, di ba? I mean, I'm not gonna name names, but that happened to birthday of my cousin. Like, nag-order kami dito sa pizza na parang, wow, purong ano na lang, tinapay na lang at cheese, wala na yung mga...
Shrinkflation.
Exactly, so, yeah, shrinkflation, right? Implosion, di ba? And then gasolina, nagaling akong Baguio, probinsya, my goodness, yung gastos mo twice na. Parang nag-abroad ka na eh, yung gasolina po lang. Yeah, grabe, bro.
Yung impending na food crisis daw, doon ako medyo
Yeah.
kasi a lot of people are talking about
Totoo
it.
yan.
Our population is growing, tapos
Yeah.
magkaroon lang ng disruption sa isang bansa.
Tama.
Apektado na lahat
Yeah.
ng mga ano. So,
Bro,
that was a good
85%
time
of our rice comes from Vietnam alone. I mean, that's crazy. Just one country is responsible for 4/5 of our imports. So if Vietnam and Thailand will make some cartel, as Marcos Jr. has been implying, they can suffocate us and get whatever price they want from us. Kaya dapat di natin awayin daw ang Vietnam baka mamaya sa West Philippines, di ba? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's not good. We have one of the most fertile lands, but we were the biggest rice importer in 2019, I think in 2020, or 2020, 2021. Anyway, for 2 years in a row. Talo pa natin ang China na napakalaking bansa. So, clearly, may crisis na tayo sa agricultural sector. Parang hindi gumana yung strategy ni Tatay Digong eh, yung parang tinanggal yung tariffs at saka quantitative restrictions. Bahala na, mag-import na kayo. Hindi pa rin bumaba masyado eh. 40 pa rin, di ba? Mga ganong territory. Eh, sabi ni Marcos Jr., baka 20 pwede pa. Obviously, parang imposible yan. But he must do something, right? He must do something. And I kind of appreciate that. But now, sige, say something, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Sige, doon na sa next ano.
Yeah. Now, let's go dun sa... And I think this is where we want our episode to focus on and finish. Etong movie, did you see this coming? May news ka. Kasi ako, last week pa yung mga sir, anong tingin mo na si Christine Reyes magiging si Amy Marcos? Ano daw? So, nakikirious ako, sino yan? Pinag-usapan, no? Tapos biglang kanina, nakita ko itong mga picture, andun pa yung isa, may Daryl Yap pa dito, ganon. Anong balita mo dyan? Anong petsa?
That's just one part of ano eh.
Revisionism, you think?
Of the rebranding ng
Rebranding,
mga
yeah.
Marcos. They've already done a good job na enough to win an election. Ngayon, they want to talagang itodo-todo na for a whole new generation of Filipinos.
Grabe, no?
Papanguhin
Yeah,
yung,
next level.
Marcos. So sa akin pabanguhin yung mga Marcos and pabahuin yung
Kalibila,
mga
yeah.
Aquinos and yung
Yeah.
mga Liberal Party, yung buong grupo na yon. So ako kasi for example, people like Bam Aquino, diba? I think for the next 6 years, he should focus on defending yung Aquino name. Yung mga ganung ano. Kasi sino pa? Who else would do it?
Or baka maybe leave it to someone else to do it kasi, I don't know. So yeah, please go, yeah.
Yun. Pero example ko lang yun. Just an example lang.
Yeah, I
So,
see what you're saying. Yeah.
expected na natin na this would be would be parang
Payback time.
major rebranding project for the Marcoses eh. So ang tanong lang kung will this be sa movie theaters o sa Viva Max?
Yeah.
Sa Viva Max lang siya.
Viva Max, yeah. And then, tingnan natin kung mag-flop yan or hindi, di ba? I mean, if they want 31 million votes, baka naman, di ba? Pwede matalunan si Vice Ganda.
Translate sa movie theater.
Yeah, iba siya, di ba?
Hindi iba eh. So it would be best for them to
Tapos si Cesar Montano from Rizal to Marcos. Parang, and then meron ka Rufa Gutierrez. I mean, this is an interesting... pero di ba sabi ni Amy, baby daw sila nun? Eh, hindi naman baby yung mga nandito eh. Di ba? Baby ba yan?
Sa Cruz yata.
Baby ba si Christine Reyes? Di ba? Parang to play. Ayan tayo eh. Ayan na naman tayo mga baby eh. Ayaw na magsalita. Mahirap na.
I think may love story eh.
Ay, sus.
Yung si Ella Cruz,
Ay, sus.
who is playing, ang pangalan ng isang kapatid nila? yung after Bongbong,
Irene?
Si Irene.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah.
Meron ding si Kyle Bellino, a friend,
Right.
will be playing Greggy.
Oh, yeah, talagang friendships, Friendships, Hindi mo friends si Daryl Yap? Hindi ba kayo friends?
Hindi ko friend si Kyle Yap. Napapanood ko lang yung ano niya sa ano. Isa ako sa mga televangelist sa mga malakas mag-promote sa Viva Max.
Ayan, Viva Max talaga. Yan ang panglaban sa Netflix.
Pero malakas ang Viva Max, they're
Really?
back right now,
Okay, like what are we talking about? How big are the sales? I mean, like, how many people are they reaching out? Why do you say they're big?
Ito, hindi ko talaga sure. Narinig ko na baka chismis lang, Pero,
Marites, sige Marites tayo.
hundreds of millions, Talaga,
Wow!
kita nila monthly.
Wow!
Daming subscribers,
That's good enough. Yeah. Wow.
That's from every week meron silang kaya nga nagbalik na yung mga bold movies.
Yeah.
Puro bold.
Ayan tayo
Yun.
Ayan tayo. Wala akong alam dyan. Bahala kayo dyan.
Kaya ako nagkukwento sa'yo kasi ganyan din yung kwento nung isang kaibigan ko sa akin.
Siyempre mga kaibigan natin may alam niyan, hindi tayo. Mabait kasi tayo.
Ako televangelist nga ako ng Viva Max.
Ayan tayo.
Ako ang taga-promote ng Viva Max. Pero they're really doing good. They're really doing
So it's a sustainable business model.
Mga nakahubad na girls and guys doon.
But iba naman to, bro. Made in Malacanang. Sino bang made dito? Sinong ano dito? Kasambahay?
Made sila Elizabeth Oropesa.
Uy, alam mo talagang plot, Baka mamaya screenwriter.
I followed din. Siyempre sa vlog, kailangan.
Iba talaga mga vloggers. Alam.
The other one, sina Net Inventor. I forgot to sing the other one. Pero si Beverly Salviejo na identified loyalista, talaga. And si Elizabeth Oropesa na diehard loyalista.
Right. So talagang maging ano yan.
Playing yung mga maid sa Malacanang. So ikaw tingin mo, what will the story be like kaya? Ano kaya yung pwede niya ipakita na that would make the movie that would make the people like the Marcoses more.
I mean, first of all, I think there will be a lot of free versions released later on because let's be honest, this could end up more as political propaganda than a commercial enterprise, right? So I'm expecting a lot of free ones will be available later on, right? Because there'll be some commercial blah, but etc. The second thing is, what they're gonna do there is here, they'll humanize the Marcoses. Naghirap sila, maraming pasaway, they're doing their best against all odds to build a nation. They'll talk about insurgency, Cold War, and then they'll glamorize too. So they'll humanize, they'll also glamorize. Meeting Reagan, meeting Nixon, the Kennedys, Paris, problem. And then number 3, siguro, ipapakita rin dito na mabait sila doon sa mga kasambahay, mabait sila sa mga tao sa loob, na they're egalitarian, open. So all of those elements will clearly be there. And then number 4, which is what you mentioned, I'm sure there'll be some negative things about the other side here. Na parang, ito naman ang time namin to say our side of the story. Because everything has two sides to it. So parang, ano yung yung movie ni, yung Angelina Jolie, yung Disney, ano siya, tawag doon, yung parang villain siya, pero, Maleficent, yeah! Feeling ko it will be that model. Diba? Like parang, we all thought Maleficent is bad, but now let's hear her side of the story. And after watching Maleficent, oh wow, it's a complicated moral issue. Like, I think that's gonna be, or maybe I just gave them an idea. Oh my goodness. I think I just gave them an idea, right? But I think that would be the artistic approach, right? If you're gonna take charge of this. Kasi otherwise, kung sobrang naman lantaran, maging propaganda na, maging joke na yan. But if you do it subtly, and then sabi mo next generation talaga.
Richard,
yeah.
Do you think the people on the opposition are paying too much attention to Daryl Yap? Diba? Na dapat naman hindi, or diba?
I see.
Are they paying too much attention? That's why he's getting this hype, he's getting this ano.
Yeah, but I think these people are good in drawing. I mean, that's how they thrive, diba? They make issues. Let's call it the Mocha Uson model or Kardashian model, right? Like, maging notorious ka, lalo kang sisikat. Ganon kasimple lang yan. Notorieties.
Dapat ba pinapatulan pa?
Yun nga, I was thinking maybe it's better to or question things from an artistic point of view, or I mean, you do it on multiple levels, right? You use humor, you use sarcasm, you also use artistic analysis. But I don't know, kasi
or you ignore.
Hindi pwede rin ignore, bro, kasi if lantaran na revisionist, denialist to, you cannot just be quiet about this, especially if this is going to be released big time. And then the other thing I'm wondering about, bro, is are they going to cancel the actors here? Maka-cancel ba si Christine Reyes? Maka-cancel yung ginawa nila kay Tony G? Is that going to be the treatment they're going to get? Parang to prevent others from joining these kinds of enterprises? Because, bro, I doubt this will be the first one. Sabi mo if they're in this full-fledged branding, rebranding mode, baka this is just the first one. We're gonna see a whole series, parang ang probinsyano style, right? Completely repainting the martial law period. Baka mamaya I'm giving just free ideas already here to directors. But can you imagine ang probinsyano pero showing the martial law period in a completely different light, quote unquote, or let's call it what it is, denialist or visionist point of view. So, ang daming pwedeng gawin dito So feeling ko parang ano lang to, experimental lang to Parang shot across the bow, let's see where it goes. And then if it clicks, then boom, this could be a beginning of a whole new industry, bro. Kasi sa India, napanood mo yung RRR, yung sikat sa Netflix? Panoorin mo, bro. It's very Modi movie, right? That India is now strong, that we can talk down to the British, we're no longer, colony ng mga white people. Now, yes, bro, that's why I like RRR. It's not because of the movie per se, it's because I know what's going on there. It's really fitting this Hindu nationalist, Modi, populist zeitgeist of India is great again. India can say no. In fact, I got that personally when I asked question yung kay Indian foreign minister in Europe early. Yung pinakamayabang sa panel, yung Indian foreign minister, who happens to be a father of a friend of mine, no? Iba yung
RRR yung title.
Panoorin mo RRR sa Netflix. I didn't watch it as a movie person. I watched it as a reflection of the new ideology of nationalism in India. Because I'll be honest, bro, I never watched anything like that in India. First of all, Bollywood movie, like, mga Three Idiots, siguro mga type na ganun gusto ko. But usually their movies are just like, ganun. But this movie is very nationalistic, bro. It shows that weak yung mga white British, tough yung mga Indians. In the end, they'll beat the British. Sorry, nasira ko yung movie. But for me, it's a very nationalist...
Pag naisip ko naman sa tatay ni Bongbong, like si Malakas at si Maganda, yung buong...
Yeah, exactly. Except dalawa yung malakas dito, di ba? Dalawa yung malakas na magsama na sobrang bromance. Dalawang bromance.
Maharlika, the race of...
And they're both Hindu. The two stars are Hindu. So that's also important. Kasi this is an...
Do you think ganyan ang gagawin din
Yeah,
sa Pilipinas?
for sure. For sure, bro. For sure. Mamaya, there'll be Netflix series, there'll be all sorts of different stuff. So for me, a whole new industry. We already have the blogger industry of Pro Marcos, right? So naturally, the next step will be the creative industry, right? You know what I'm saying? It will just go on and like that. Tama yung mga sinabi mo. The bloggers not gonna go away. This is also what I'm gonna say. The Pro Marcos revisionist industry is not gonna go away. If anything, it might get bigger. The fact that they got Cesar Montano, Cristina Reyes, among others here.
Definitely magkakaroon ng project to Ang tanong is how far will they take it Pero ang ganda nung sinabi mo yung sa RRR Kung ganyan ba na talagang they will hide it behind the guise of nationalism.
They will definitely make it like that, yeah.
Pilipino tayo, tayo ng ganitong banyaga, ganyan.
Patriotic populism. Yung patriotic populism, yan ang gagawin nila din. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's take some questions from our audience. Guys, may tanong ba kay John, kay Mark? I like this discussion, very nice. Yan sinabi ni Jojo, ito yung fan mo Pero masyadong pina-personal mga actor and actresses, ginagawa lang po nila yung trabaho nila. So, ang concern ni Jojo is yung cancel culture. What do you think about that?
Kaya nga, kasi ako I'm against that also
Yung cancel, well, Isko is against that, right? Yeah.
Pero the thing is, it doesn't work
The cancel
pero
culture,
na-cancel,
yeah.
Diba parang...
na-try nila si Tony G, diba? But I'm not sure how much it worked, but I don't know, let's see. Ito sinasabi ni Carla, pwede bang kasuhan kung revisionist? I mean, good luck dyan sa atin, di ba? But there should be something done about this. Ito kay Andy Reyes, tanong niya, baka naman pwede nila i-movie yung Last Day of Malacanang. Oo. At yung Suitcases, ayan tayo. Ayaw na magsalita. Ayaw na, baka ma-cyber tayo dyan. Ayan. Ito kay Kit Del Fiero, sabi niya, I was just about to ignore the movie. These actors are just being paid, blah, blah, blah. Hindi ako nagsasabi na.
Kasi trying to cancel them just gives them more attention.
More mileage, right?
More mileage. Pero kasi yung mga ibang artista din dyan, syempre, meron din diyang ibang artista para mas mapalapit sa Malacanang.
Right.
Diba merong mga usap-usapan na yung mga ibang artista na tumulong nung election.
May position
may
na.
position.
Yeah, exactly.
Might get-
Robin Padilla. Number one in Senate.
Hiran naman eh. Pero I mean yung ma-appoint.
No, but still, let's be honest. Robin Padilla wouldn't have been number one if not for Inday Sara. Parati silang kasama ni Inday Sara. And that was a very big factor, right? And Inday Sara got more votes than anyone else, right? In any Philippine elections, like 32 million almost. So I think that, kasi napanood ko yung vlogs nila nang nag-uusap sila ni Inday. Parati dikit siya kay Inday. I think that really helped him a lot. Not to mention his regional advertisement and some of the strategies his team had, which were really good. Ayan, sabi naman ni Charlie, Andrew E. at Tony G naman yung main cast ng next series daw. Baka naman, uy, si Andrew E. Baka national artist na daw siya next Sabi nila, malapit na.
Baka wag ka magulat, 2025, baka tumakbong senador yan.
Uy, sabi ko, para pang tapat kay di ba, may movie sila ni Robin Padilla. Dalawa sila ni Andrew E. Yung pulis sila. Yan. I already gave that idea, so for sure, magsama na sila dyan. Ayan.
I'm not sure si Paul Soriano ata is being looked at for appointed position. Diba? So,
yeah, it's very, yung mga vlogs na ginawa niya, ang husay, no? Alright, sige, mag-shoutout tayo dyan. May mga nagtatanong sa'yo si Nixon Corpus, kahit katatay to. Gusto mo daw ng WWE, Bardagulan, yung wrestling. Ayan tayo.
Meron din ako pala, Richard. Meron din kasi ako Pinoy. Balik lang ako sa agriculture kay Bongbong.
Oh, sige lang, please. Say.
Din natin before. Do you think isa sa mga uunahin nila sa agriculture at saka sa agrarian reform is Hacienda Luisita?
Exactly. That could be the but that will actually hurt more the Coangos, right? Which are not necessarily against Marcos, right? Gibo, he's a Coango, right? I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure they'll make a story around it. Because actually the Aquinos are not big players. It's really a Coango thing, right? But yeah, let's see what they're going to do. Now, for sure, Marcos will come up with some big bangs here and there to make a point, right? Duterte also did it. So that will be part of the populist strategy. But as I said, who knows? Maybe some good things will also come out, right? But eyes wide open. Let's see what's happening there. Sabi naman ni Charis Almacha, bakit naman daw nag-holiday yung Manila sa June 30 para kay Bongbong Marcos?
Para di traffic.
Kasi 31 million ang pupunta dyan sa Manila.
Hindi, tsaka magulo yun if para wala na lang, tsaka para long weekend. Hindi, kasi papasok sa office yung mga nandun pa, di ba?
Right.
Pa.
Hindi yan dahil daw si Isko ay parang pro-Marcos, yun ang sinasabi ng critics, na parang palakas si Isko para makuha siya ng cabinet in the future or something like that.
Hindi si Isko ngayon is more on LGU mode na uli Yung kanyang mindset is is back to LGU mode. So, he has to look out for the benefit nung Manila, kung saan yung partido niya is the main party. Lahat asenso Manileño sa Manila. So,
but don't you think Isko wants to run for a national office again in 3 years' time?
Possible yun. For national office. So, parang ang parating example ko nga dyan, like the Gatchalians or the Cayetanos, they have the mayor, sa mga cities nila.
They tick all the boxes. Yeah, they tick all the boxes.
So, di ba? Ang ganda nung So, ganun yung
may lineup
mangyari sa Manila.
Yeah.
Pero if you are to, masyado mong aawayin yung presidente, ang matatamaan yung FGU mo So,
I agree with you on that na parang yun ang vulnerability ng LGU yung access sa fiscal resources. So, you have to, dapat laruan mo ng medyo maayos without being balimbingan and kadiri and all of that. Yeah.
So, yun ang isang di ba? Yun din ang reality talaga di ba? Kasi nung huling administration kay Duterte, Manila got 2 bagong bridge. Napagawa yung tawag dito, yung Metropolitan Theater.
Right,
so, ang daming binuhos na
so, yeah, you have to play. Yeah. Pero wag ka rin masyadong balimbingan. I think the really problem with Isko in the last election, we can talk about also that more, is the communication was too all over the place. No? Parang speaking from both sides of the mouth, yun ang tingin ng ibang tao. But I think Isko still has a lot of residual sympathy and support, and people will not forget yung mga nagawa niya in Manila. And he's still young. Things can happen. Siguro magpahinga muna siya. Pa-update kami sa'yo, di ba? Kasi ikaw, you're the go-to guy on this.
The projects will be finished by 2025. The 410-story schools, the 320.
Oh, right. Yun pa. Correct.
Yun so that will be counted for.
And then, he has also option of running for mayor again, di ba? Kasi doktora naman is now gonna be the mayor, right?
But I don't think, I think he will let,
Next level na. Senate na siguro. Or who knows, maybe cabinet minister next year if wala na yung 1 year restriction niya. Salamat bro, thank you so much. Medyo humaba tayo. I was thinking mga 30 minutes, medyo humaba. Ang dami natin pinag-usapan. Medyo nagbardagulan tayo ng konti. Saturday, weekend style pa naman tayo minsan. Kaya ewan ko sa mga tao kung nakikinig pa sa atin. So maraming salamat. Thank you very much bro. May mga sasabihin ka ba?
Yung basketball team ko, promote ko lang.
Ayaw nga, please go. Shout out dyan. Models of Manila.
Models of Manila. Para mga celebrity basketball team.
Yun, no?
Sa July 1, nasa Dagupan Astrodome kami.
Oh, Dagupan.
Kalaban namin sila Doggy. July 8, nasa San Juan, Phil Oil Arena.
Yun, no?
So, yun, kalaban namin yung G-Channel, tsaka nandun din yung Mags.
Ayun, no? Talagang...
So, yun yung pinagkakabala ko aside from...
Yun ang tawag ko sa'yo, bro. Coach Mark. Coach Mark. Thank you very much, Coach Mark. Salamat for joining us. Thank you for everyone joining us dito sa episode natin ng Project Pilipinas. Malapit na kami mag-40. Yan na, midlife crisis na. So please continue to support us as we continue the coverage of Pilipinas as now we go into the next president to cover. Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Papunta pa lang tayo sa exciting part, kumbaga. Papunta pa lang tayo dyan. So, abangan nyo yung mga analysis namin. Thank you so much, Mark, for joining us and thank you for our coordination. Sige, pag-usapan pa natin yung mga mga damit natin next time para maayos naman. Thank you, bro. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night. Salamat. Off ko na to, Mark, ha. Magbabay na rin ako dito sa friends ko. Message na lang kita, bro, ha. Oo.
Thank you, Tol.
Kung may sasabihin kang masama, huwag mo sabihin dito. Nakikinig pa itong mga ang dami marites dito. Alright, text mo na lang. Alright, salamat bro. Sabi ng mommy ko, alam mo anak, nung nagpapalit ka si Mark, may sinasabi siyang diba, yan mo na yan, balikan ko yan. Sabi ni Mark, parati tumatambay ko. Walang, nahuli ka na nanay mo, ha? Nanay ko, ha? Sige bro, God bless. Ingat. Ayan tayo, Send ko sa'yo, ha, yung videos pang edit. Yun, no? Yun, tapos na kami, guys. Kamusta naman kayo dyan? Magta-thank you na ako sa inyo. Ayan na. Don't worry, guys. Yung malinis version yan, ilalabas namin soon. Para naman makikita nyo naman si Mark Gamboa, ang friendship natin and my consultant for Vloggers Affairs. No, kung ba akong president tayo, gagawa ako ng Department for Vlogger Affairs. Yan ang magiging secretary natin, alright? Thank you. Thank you sa mga kameta, sa mga kamarites, sa mga katolits, ka-Project Pilipinas. Yun, no? Yan, thank you kay Che Rosal. Ayan. Sabi ni Alex Pasion, Marites time. Ayan tayo. Thank you, John. Kay Jocelyn Lomberio. Thank you to our friends, Metamites from New Zealand, Australia. Tulog na yata kayo. 11 p.m. na dyan, So, mga friends natin dyan sa California and Quezon City. Friends natin dyan sa Mindanao, Palawan, and Visayas. Yun, no? Friends natin dyan, si Laura Noble. Okay, gozaimasu, mga friends natin dyan sa Japan, kansamida, yung mga wassalamualaikum sa friends natin sa Middle East. Just of course, sa friends natin sa Turkey. Yes. Nice smile naman daw, sabi ni Jocelyn Lumberio. Hindi yan nice smile, smirk yan, smirk. Thank you kay Next, Javar, Yonon, Oiren, dami natin mga friendships dito, supporters. Thank you kay Teres Sawai. Is that correct? Yes. Thank you kay Mitch Tencho. Yan, si Mitch maraming comments yan. Active member natin yan. Thank you kay Vilma Alberto. Very kind of you. Yan, si Next Javar. Ayan, kalante na yan, mabait. Si Jeffrey Young. I kept asking this, what the things they try to revise. Ayan, yung question mo na yan. Malamang, they will question claims, or actually more evidence about the systematic violation of human rights, about the corruption cases, about the state of the economy. So in short, they're going to try to portray it as a golden era of the Philippines. That's actually not a revision. That's already denialism, right? So to be technically correct about it. Yep, I can go on and on about it, but you can guess what we're talking about. This is a movie na expect it. Glamorization, humanization, yan, all of those factors will be there. And denigration of the opposition. Yan, tatlo yan, Biglang nagbigay pa ako ng idea sa kanila, Dapat may bayad sa akin yan. Maria Esmeralda, thank you. Sabi niya gawin ng part school activities and film showing. Pwede sa DepEd. Ipakita yan sa DepEd ni Sara Duterte. O nga, no? Interesting. That's a good observation. Thank you for stating that. Yeah. Maybe coordinate kay Sara Duterte. Baka may movie na rin si Tatay soon. Isabay nila yung dalawang movie back to back. Reaction paper. Yan. Yeah, yung RRR, panoorin yan. Kasi that's a reflection of the Indian ideology nowadays. The Hindu nationalist, assertive one. Who knows? They'll do a version of that siguro, the Marcoses and all. Yan. Thank you naman dyan sa mga friends na nanonood sa atin. Ayan, alam ko Saturday na. Thank you kay Rajan, Develos. Thank you naman. Ayan. Ay naman daw, sabi ni Antonia Tan. O nga, bakit si Aya? Di ba persona non grata sa QC, so pwede na siya dun sa... Saan ba yung shooting niyan? Ayan. Ayan tayo. You know. Si Viv Yansu. Xie, thank you for joining us live. Yan. Thank you naman dyan, mga supporters. Margaret Rodriguez. Gusto ko nga si Rufa May Quinto rin. Sana may movie siyang bagong maganda at hindi sana revisionist. Para support naman tayo dyan, 100%. Kamusta naman kayo dyan? Yun, no? Sino pa ba? Ang tagal pala ng ito, hindi ko na maabutan ni iba. Ayan, nagko-comment si Maria dun sa Coco Levy Fund. Ayan. Pantayin natin, tignan natin ang mangyari dyan. Si Rosalie Lorenzo, may sinasabi. Oh yeah, sa jeepney drivers, grabe daw. 200 na lang kinikita everyday. Grabe yun. Laking problema yan. Si Gatchalian, meron siyang proposal, 3,000 ang bigay, but I'm not sure that can last long, right? Better than nothing, right? Something has to be done about it. Re-regulation of siguro the oil sector, etc. John Anable, thank you for support. JC Sorenses. Yan. Yung mga regulars tayo, mga supporters and fans dito. Thank you very much. Thank you kay Jen Aquino. Yun. Ayun na, ubus ng laway ko Kailangan ko na mag-tsa. Kanina pa ako nagsasalita, 3 hours class. Interview. Tapos, maritas na naman kami dito. Ayan. Si Picasso daw isama. Sige, tanongin natin si Picasso. Yun on or hindi pa daw kompleto yung star niya sa kanya kaya hindi pa niya mabili yung damit niya. Kulang pa ng 1,000. Gusto niyang sports. Kay Naomi Tablare, thank you very much. God bless you too, ma'am. Thank you kay Rosel, Lorenzo, Jocelyn. Yeah, thank you. Maraming salamat, guys. Yun. Have a good night. Talk to you guys soon. Ayan, pahinga na kayo. Thank you kay Romel Cole for star and support. Thank you sa inyo. Usap tayo ulit. Tapos i-update ko yan. At saka Tiborcio Roll, troll ka, obvious yan. Umayos ka, get a life. Alright? Babalikan kita mamaya. Block ka na for sure. Okay? Next time, umayos ka. Okay, magsa-Sunday na kaya good vibes na tayo. Happy weekend, guys. Talk to you soon.